Hi, my name is Irongo Mwangi, and I will be taking you through how to access the Rebuild course, which is a free online reflective course for foundations and purpose driven living. So let's get right into it. Go to the breakdownspace.org, then you go to courses, scroll down a bit, and here it is. So, welcome to Rebuild. Rebuild is a course designed to help you lay strong foundations for rebuilding your life with vision, purpose, and hope. It was created for people who are recovering from addiction, depression, identity loss, or trauma, commonly referred to as addict here at the breakdown space. This course will guide you through reflection, journaling, and practices that nurture growth from the inside out. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to have it all figured out. You just need the willingness to show up and honestly, and take one step at a time. At the same time, it's important to be clear: the course will not save you. Salvation is God's work alone, and it's a free gift from God through Jesus Christ. Rebuild is about practical and spiritual foundations for life, but true transformation comes from God. While it is our hope that participants are Christians because this course is rooted in biblical truth, scripture, and prayer, everyone is welcome here. If you're open to exploring these principles, you may find them helpful no matter where you are in your faith journey. Excuse me. This course is not for those looking for a quick fix, nor is it a substitute for professional therapy or emergency care. If you're in crisis, we encourage you to speak immediate. We encourage you to seek immediate support from a qualified professional. If you are ready to start rebuilding your foundation with honesty, hope, and humility, then welcome. You're in the right place. Before you get started with Rebuild, take a moment to watch the short video below on advanced childhood experiences. So, a point to note: advanced childhood experiences are basically stressful events, stressful or traumatic events that happens in a person's childhood that may have uh, some negative implications later on in life. And these childhood experiences are categorized into abuse, neglect, and household dysfunction. So let's watch the video.
A child's experiences early in life are important building blocks for the developing brain. Genes, nature, are like the blueprint. They provide the basic framework for brain development. However, genes do not design the brain completely. Environmental influences, nurture, fine tune how the brain works by shaping which brain connections get used. Connections that are used more grow stronger and more permanent, whereas ones that do not get much use fade away. Together, genes and the environment build the foundation for all future development. Safe, stable, and nurturing relationships early in life lead to healthy development. But children's brains capture other experiences as well, stressful events. However, not all stress is bad. Positive stress involves normal childhood experiences, like starting daycare or meeting a new person for the first time. This stress is essential for healthy development because it helps children develop coping skills and confidence.
So I'm going to pause the video there. You can watch the video till the end. Some points to note is that there are some alarming statistics. Um, People who have experienced four or more adverse childhood experiences are 20% more likely, 20% times more likely to commit suicide than people who have zero adverse childhood experiences. People who have experienced 6 or more adverse childhood experiences are 3,100% to 5,000% times more likely to commit suicide than people who have experienced zero adverse childhood experiences. People who have experienced 4 or more ACEs are 4% times more likely to have more than 50 sexual partners. So these are probably people who are looking for love. People who have experienced 4 or more ACEs are 3.5% times more likely to use intravenous drugs, the IV drugs, than people who have experienced zero adverse childhood experiences. And people who have experienced 6 or more ACEs are 4,600% times more likely to use IV drugs. So these statistics are alarming. And when they did this study, the ACE study, it was back in 1995, between 1995 and 1987. They did it on basically middle class people. 80% were white and Hispanic, 10% were black, 10% Asian, and 74% had been to college. So it was basically an insurance company, Kaiser Permanente, in conjunction with the CDC, Center for Disease Control. And what they later came to find out is that when they added these 10 questions to the normal questions that they normally send to their patients yearly, the normal questions that they send to their patients on a yearly basis, this resulted in a 35% decrease uh, in doctor office visits. 35% decrease. So let me just put it into perspective. The budget for this insurance company for 3.5 million members was 6.15 billion per year dollars. $6.15 billion per year. So a 35% decrease of $6.15 billion. The 35% decrease is basically a decrease in $2.15 billion. That's the amount of money that they were able basically reduce based on just adding these 10 questions in the normal questionnaire that they usually send to their patients yearly. Anyway, so let's go on. We invite you to take a moment to take the ACEs questionnaire, reflect on your score and what it might reveal about the hidden patterns you've carried from childhood. Why this matters is that nearly 2/3 of adults report experiencing at least one adverse childhood experience, and some groups face even greater risk. Globally, around 16% of people report having 4 or more ACEs, a level associated with significantly higher risks of mental and physical health challenges across the lifespan. As you've seen from the video, these ACEs are linked not just to depression, suicide, and these mental health diseases, but rather are also linked to heart disease, stroke, um, lung disease, liver disease, and many more. So there's a correlation between the number of ACEs and these chronic diseases. Think of your score as a flashlight. It shines light on your past, but it doesn't decide your future. And that's where Rebuild comes in. This course helps you become consciously aware of how your aces may have shaped your foundation, and then empowers you to rebuild it with clarity, purpose, and hope. Your score isn't your story, it's your starting point. Let's rebuild together. So, instructions uh, below is a list of 10 trauma informed questions from the Advanced Childhood Experiences study. From the list below, please place a check mark next to each ACE category that you experienced prior to your 18th birthday. Then please add up the number of categories of ACEs you experienced and put the total number at the bottom. This self-check tool is designed to help you gently reflect on your early life experiences. Use it only as a tool for awareness and not as a label. Please make your printable copy of the ACEs questionnaire here. So these are basically the questions that you will encounter in this questionnaire. And here is the link that you'll need to click so as to make your own copy of the questionnaires. Kindly note that if you're not logged into your Google account, you will need to be logged in so as to make a copy of this document. If you're not logged in, go and log into your Google account, then come back and click this button written make a copy. Then you will get access to the trauma informed ACEs questionnaire. Instructions are basically what we've just read. And here are the basic, the 10 questions. So when you were growing up, did you often feel that your home environment was not safe, supportive, or predictable? So if your answer is yes for this question, put a check mark on the question. If the answer is no, leave it blank. So if you decide to print this questionnaire, you can just use a pen and place a check mark next to each and every question that your answer is yes. If you decide to use this online copy, you'll need to, so for your particular question, let's say, for instance, it's question number 10, were your parents or caregivers ever separated, divorced, or was there significant conflict between them that affected you deeply? Just click there next to the question, then go to insert, symbols, special characters, then search for check. There it is. Click on it, and you will have inserted the check mark. A quick shortcut, you can copy the check mark by pressing Ctrl C on Windows and Command C on your Apple computer. Then for each and every question that your answer is yes, let's say for instance, question number 5, did anyone in your childhood ever touch you in a sexual way or force you into sexual situations you did not want? Just press Control V for Windows and Command V for your Apple computer, and you'll basically have pasted the check mark there. So go through all the 10 questions, and for the scoring, each yes is equal to 1 point, and your total score is your total number of yeses. So you'll come here, and for instance, if your total score is 6, place number 6 there. Then, do you believe that these experiences have affected your health? You can go, let's say, if it is a lot, Control V for the check mark. Experiences in childhood are just one part of a person's life story. There are many ways to heal throughout one's life. So there's a reflection bit on this questionnaire. Take a moment to notice how you feel after answering these questions, what came up for you. Write down any reflections, emotions, or insights below. So I did not realize that aces have such a huge impact on a person's life. Anyway, so once you fill out your questionnaire, go back to uh, the link. So fill in your first name and email address below to gain access to the free course. This course is completely free, and this is your first step to rebuilding your foundation with purpose and vision. We value your privacy. Your information will only be used to give you access to the course. Remember that your answer is basically a flashlight. It shines a light on your past, but it doesn't decide your future. What we normally say is that you cannot control what happens to you, or basically, you have minimal control over what happens to you. What you are in control of is how you react or respond to what happens to you. So, you may not have had control of what happened to you in your past. That was out of your control completely. But right now, since you're rebuilding, you have control of the next step that you take. And our hope is that this rebuild course will set you in the right direction. So enter your details, first name and the email address, then press the enroll button. Then you'll be taken to this screen whereby thank you for enrolling. We have sent you an email. Check your inbox and click on the link provided to set up your profile and start the course. Remember, if you can't see us, check your spam or promotions folder. So go to your email. Okay, so here's the email. Hi Kenneth, congratulations. You have just gained access to Rebuilt Foundations for Vision and Purpose Driven Living. Your username is thebreakdownspace@gmail.com. To log in, please set a new password for your account by clicking here. So click on the link provided, then put in your first name, last name, space, password, just put, then save. And then now you have access to the rebuilt course. So there are a total of 40 lessons, and you can open the course. So we're going to end this video here. This was just a video to show you how to gain access to the rebuilt course. And yeah, happy learning, happy reflecting, and happy building.